Today, we're diving into the 10 most common food storage mistakes that you need to avoid to keep your food fresh and safe. You lot think you're master chefs, but you're storing your ingredients like a bunch of donkeys. Listen up, because these tips will elevate your kitchen game from disastrous to delightful. Get ready to transform your food storage habits and stop serving up subpar meals. You want your food to be as moist and delicious as a perfectly seared scallop, with that beautiful golden crust and tender, juicy interior that makes your taste buds dance with joy. Not dried out like an overcooked piece of chicken, which is tough, chewy, and utterly disappointing. One of the biggest mistakes people make is not storing their food with enough liquid. This simple oversight can turn your delicious leftovers into dry, unappetizing remnants. Think about it. If your food is swimming in its own juices, it's going to stay plump and flavorful. Those natural juices help to preserve the taste and texture, making every bite as enjoyable as the first. We're talking about storing your veggies in airtight containers with a damp paper towel, which helps maintain their crispness and freshness for a longer period, or making sure your soups and stews have enough broth to keep them from turning into a thick, unappetizing sludge. The broth not only adds flavor but also keeps the ingredients hydrated and delicious. Don't be stingy with the liquids. Adding a bit of broth, water, or even a splash of wine can make a huge difference in the quality of your stored food. A little bit goes a long way in preventing your food from drying out and becoming a culinary disaster. Proper hydration is key to maintaining the integrity and taste of your dishes. Remember, moisture is your friend in the kitchen. It helps to keep your food fresh, flavorful, and enjoyable to eat. Keep your food hydrated, and you'll be rewarded with dishes that are bursting with flavor. Whether it's a juicy piece of meat, crisp vegetables, or a hearty soup, the right amount of liquid can elevate your culinary creations to new heights. Let's talk about condiments and spices, those little flavor bombs that can make or break your dish. They are the unsung heroes of your kitchen, adding depth, aroma, and a burst of flavor to every meal. You spend good money on them, so why are you treating them like garbage? A disorganized spice cabinet can be a nightmare, making it hard to find what you need when you need it. First off, stop chucking your herbs and spices into the back of a dusty cupboard. Not only does it make them hard to find, but it also shortens their shelf life. Those delicate flavors deserve better. Treat them with the respect they deserve by giving them a proper home. Invest in some airtight containers and store them in a cool, dark place. This will help preserve their freshness and potency for a longer period. And for God's sake, keep those lids on tight. Exposure to air can cause your spices to lose their flavor and aroma. You don't want your paprika tasting like your garlic powder, do you? Cross-contamination can ruin the unique flavors of your spices. Oh, and one more thing. Ditch those ancient spices that have been sitting in your pantry since the Stone Age. Old spices lose their potency and can even develop off flavors. If it's lost its color and aroma, it's lost its potency. Fresh spices should be vibrant and aromatic, not dull and lifeless. Time to toss it out and start fresh. Regularly check your spice collection and replace any that have lost their luster. Fresh, vibrant spices are the key to unlocking incredible flavor in your cooking. By keeping your spices organized and fresh, you'll always have the perfect ingredients to elevate your dishes to the next level. I get it, you found a sale on canned beans and now you've got enough to feed an army. But having a pantry full of just beans is about as exciting as watching paint dry. You need variety, you hear me? A diverse pantry is a happy pantry, and it's essential for creating delicious and nutritious meals. Stock up on a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, both fresh and frozen. Get yourself some lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains. And don't forget about flavor. Keep a variety of herbs, spices, and sauces on hand to add a punch to your dishes. Remember, a well-stocked pantry is your secret weapon to creating culinary masterpieces. So go on, get out there and explore the wonderful world of food. Containers. You see that mountain of mismatched Tupperware in your cupboard? It's giving me a bloody headache. First off, invest in some quality containers that are actually airtight. You don't want your food going stale or absorbing any funky fridge odors, do you? And for God's sake, choose the right size. Stop cramming a gallon of leftover soup into a tiny container. It's just asking for a spill. Having a variety of sizes on hand will make your life so much easier and keep your fridge organized like a Michelin star kitchen. You wouldn't store a delicate soufflé in a rusty old tin can, would you? Imagine the horror of ruining that perfect dish just because you didn't use the right container. It's the same with your everyday food. So why are you storing your precious food in any old container you can find? Those mismatched, random containers might seem convenient, but they could be doing more harm than good. Using the right containers can make all the difference in the world when it comes to keeping your food fresh and flavorful. Think about it. Fresh produce, leftovers, and pantry staples all deserve the best care to maintain their taste and nutritional value. For starters, ditch those flimsy plastic bags and opt for reusable containers whenever possible. Not only are they sturdier, but they also help reduce waste and are a more sustainable choice for the environment. They're better for the environment and they'll keep your food fresher for longer. Reusable containers come in various shapes and sizes, perfect for any type of food you need to store. And when it comes to choosing materials, think about what you're storing. Different foods have different storage needs, and the right material can make a big difference. Glass containers are great for leftovers. They don't retain odors, are easy to clean, and can go from the fridge to the microwave without any issues. While airtight containers are perfect for dry goods like flour and sugar. These containers keep moisture and pests out, ensuring your dry goods stay fresh and usable for longer periods. The right container is like a suit of armor for your food, protecting it from the elements and keeping it at its best. So next time you're putting away your groceries or leftovers, think about the container you're using. Your food and the planet will thank you. We've all been there, staring into an empty pantry, wondering how we're going to cobble together a decent meal. That's why it's crucial to have a stockpile of extended staples on hand at all times. I'm talking about the essentials: rice, pasta, beans, lentils, canned tomatoes, and all those other long-lasting ingredients that form the backbone of countless delicious meals. These are your culinary soldiers, ready to be called upon at a moment's notice to create a quick and satisfying meal. Keep your pantry stocked with these essentials, and you'll never be caught off guard by an empty stomach again. A well-stocked pantry is a sign of a prepared and resourceful cook. Listen up, you wouldn't leave a raw chicken breast sitting out on the counter all day, would you? So why are you so careless with your other perishable ingredients? Temperature control is absolutely critical when it comes to food safety and preventing spoilage. Keep your refrigerator at a chilly 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, and your freezer at a frosty 0 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 18 degrees Celsius. And for God's sake, don't keep your food dancing between temperatures. Every time you leave that fridge door open for an eternity, you're creating a breeding ground for bacteria. Proper temperature control is non-negotiable when it comes to food safety. You've got a jar of pickles in your fridge that's older than you are? Expiry dates exist for a reason, and ignoring them is like playing Russian roulette with your digestive system. Make it a habit to regularly check the expiry dates on your food, and for God's sake, don't try to convince yourself that that fuzzy mold is just extra flavor. When in doubt, throw it out. It's better to be safe than sorry. And while you're at it, make sure you're rotating your food properly. That means using the older items first and moving the newer items to the back. Respecting expiry dates is crucial for preventing foodborne illnesses and ensuring that you're only consuming food that's fresh and safe. You see that fridge of yours, crammed tighter than a clown car? It's enough to give anyone claustrophobia. Listen, overcrowding your fridge and pantry is a recipe for disaster. Not only does it make it impossible to find anything, but it also restricts airflow, which can lead to uneven cooling and faster spoilage. Give your food some breathing room. Arrange your items in a way that allows for proper air circulation, and don't be afraid to get rid of anything that's past its prime. A well-organized and spacious fridge is a happy fridge, and it will keep your food fresher for longer. Let me guess. You've got a Tupperware container in your fridge filled with something that vaguely resembles food, but you haven't got a clue what it is or when it was made. Listen, labeling your food is non-negotiable, especially when it comes to leftovers. Grab yourself a roll of masking tape and a permanent marker, and get to work labeling everything with the date and contents. Trust me, your future self will thank you when you're staring into a fridge full of clearly labeled deliciousness. Proper labeling is key to staying organized, reducing food waste, and avoiding any unpleasant culinary surprises. Now go forth and conquer your kitchens with your newfound food storage knowledge. A well-organized and well-stocked kitchen is a happy and healthy kitchen. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on keeping your kitchen in top shape. See you next time.